All right, here we go. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to assemble your candy dispenser. When we're done, it should look something like this, and when you grab this arm, it should slide back and forth and stop a little bit like that. So let's get started. Bottom left corner, you're going to hit Insert Tab. You're going to create an assembly. Once you got that assembly open, you're going to go to Insert, and you're going to choose that bottom piece. You're going to put that right in the middle, right click, and fix it in place so that it doesn't move while you're trying to add stuff to it. Now you're going to add the bottom piece. We're going to start with the middle. I'm going to use that 5 by 1.25 and put it in there. Then I'm going to use what's called a fasten mate to add it on there. So I'm going to go up here where it says fasten mate. I'm going to choose the bottom center of this piece here, and I'm going to put it right in the middle of this bottom part right there, okay? Green checkbox. Then I'm going to add in my next piece. I'm going to actually add in the next 4 pieces since they're all the same. I'm going to add in my 3.75 piece. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that those are in there, I'm going to fasten mate those the same way. I'm going to do fasten mate. I'm going to choose the back edge while my target's facing outward. So I'm going to glue this edge to this edge. I'm going to glue this edge to this edge, facing outward. I messed that up. Let me try that again. Fasten mate, this back edge to this back edge. Green checkbox. And then my last 2, I'm going to fasten mate. I'm just going to do the center to make this easy. Center this one, center that one, center of this one, center of that one. All right, so now I got my wood pieces together. The next one I'm going to do is I'm going to add that top piece, and that one gets a little bit tricky. All right, this is the last part. We're going to add this top piece on there. We're actually going to use a planer mate, and we're going to cheat a little bit. I'll show you how that goes here in a second. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose planer mate. I'm going to go to the bottom side of my candy dispenser here, and I'm going to choose the target facing down on the edge there. Then I'm going to come up to my candy dispenser, and I am going to place it right here. Okay, once we're there, we're going to hit the green checkbox to save it. Now I'm going to double click on front. You see how it's kind of lopsided, not quite right. I'm going to double click on front, and I'm going to just move it and eyeball it so that it looks like it's centered, all right? Then I'm going to rotate around to the right side, and I'm going to do that again, make sure it's nice and centered. And if you did that, the other 2 sides should look just fine. Once you guys got that done, we're going to right click on this piece, and we're going to say fix. Okay, so now it's not moving. That's not really the proper way of doing it in the engineering world, but it's good enough for now. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in the slider arm. So, all right, for the slider arm, we go to Insert, and we're going to find our slider arm right here. Put that in there. Then we're going to add the dowels. We had 2 of them. So we're going to put those in there. We're going to go back to our friend, the fasten mate. We're going to click the top of a dowel, and we're going to put it inside this hole right here. And then we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to do a fasten mate. Top of this dowel needs to go into this hole right here. Green checkbox and save it. Okay. When we do that, we should be able to grab this thing and move it, and those dowels should stay inside of our arm. All right, so next we're going to do our slider mate. So here we go. We're going to start on the back side of our candy dispenser. You're going to go up here and you're going to choose slider mate, and you're going to choose the back left side here so that your target is facing like backwards. Then you're going to go over here to your candy dispenser. You're going to go to this edge, and you're going to choose this one facing backwards. And then once you get that, you're going to hit the green box, and you're going to save it. Okay, so right now you got that in there, and if you did it correctly, your thing should slide in and out. Now, obviously, it slides way too far both directions. So then what you guys need to do is you put it in here, and then you go to, you're going to go to limits. You're going to set these limits in here so you can kind of tinker with these numbers. I think I want to do -3. Let's try -3 and see what that does. Let's try 3 and 5. Okay, and then it should eventually stop it, and you can kind of play with those limits here. I'm not going to spend a ton of time tinkering it for the sake of the video, but you can kind of do that. And then you can kind of check to make sure that if this thing is completely closed in there, like so, is your hole going to be in there? Is it going to be able to receive the candy? Okay, so there you guys go. That's the slider mate portion of it. Go ahead, tinker with those limits. They're going to take you a little while to figure out. And then when you're done with that, we can go ahead and get started with the jar. All right, so with the jar, we got 2 pieces left. I'm going to go to insert, and I'm going to start with my jar lid because why not? And then I'm going to add my jar in here. And just like we did before, we're going to do a simple fasten mate. We're going to put that in here. Make sure you got the bottom of the jar here. And then you're going to fasten that to the bottom of your lid right here. And solve, checkbox. Now you got your jar together. These should stay in place when you grab it. And then last but not least, you're going to do a simple fasten mate with the bottom of your jar, and you're going to put it in this hole right here. And then when you got that, you have your completed assembly jar. Yay! One thing, just make sure that when this thing, that hole slides in there, that there's a hole, that you can see the hole in there. Well, that's still open, because if your hole's too far to the right, obviously the candy will not be able to fall down from the jar into there. But there you go. You have completed your candy jar assembly.